Hello, and welcome back to Cardboard Decoy Plays Kerbal Space Program. Now, a lot has been going on. This is the last ship I have to attach. Number one, I'd like to note that I turned down pretty much all the pretties because the input lag was getting a little intense. And by little, I mean almost completely unmanageable. We're talking about, like, actual space flight. Hey, let's plan every move 3 minutes ahead in order to do this, because that's the comm lag, right? So not nearly as fun. However, yeah, we're getting to the upper limit of how many parts my computer can contain on the screen at one time without a whole lot of fuss. Secondly, I found out that I forgot the ding-dangity pipes. Has no docking port. I put one on there, right? Like, I'm not crazy. I know I modified it in between videos, but even then I saved it with the docking port, and then I get up here and it has no docking port. I don't know. Maybe I am an idiot. I really can't tell. Either way, more bad news. KSP, I don't think the struts broke. KSP, or the connection, Kerbal connection, whatever, augmenter, the add-on I had broke. So it no longer works. I can no longer, what do you call it, interact with the things in order to reattach them. So even if the pipes were up here, they would not work. So I've got to investigate and see if there's a fix for that or something like that. And then go from there. However, as of right now, it's kind of like, oh, Jesus, are you serious? But maybe that's actually part of the beta build, and I just don't know it yet. There's a few things in the beta build that weren't explicitly outlined in the notes, the patch notes. I mean, I would imagine if they added, like, you can build struts in space, that would be a pretty big announcement that they would make, and so I am pretty sure that is not the case, as in they did not break Kerbal attachment system. There we go. I'm like, I know there's another S in there, and then there's an A somewhere, and then I just had to remember what it stood for. It's like, okay, Kerbal attachment system. Most certainly might still work in the future, but as of right now, it's broken, and the bad news with that is the fact that so much of our design right now and our design philosophy is built around it functioning, and if it doesn't function, we have problems. So hopefully this will not become a huge deal. However, I still have no pipes connecting to any of my landers, which has really damning implications. However, I think if I manage to do it right, it will not be as big of a problem as it probably will end up being anyways. Simply because it's Minmus. Minmus doesn't require a lot of Delta V to get on or off, so as long as I remember to refuel before takeoff and after landing and everything else, I should be more or less okay. So that's pretty much the plan at this point. We're just gonna fly by the seat of our pants and hope for the best, and you know, that usually works out pretty well, right? So let's go ahead, and we're coming in for our final approach here, and then we can see the completed research portion of the space station. We are going to cruise around and try to find biomes. Another thing they added to the official beta release is a crap ton more biomes, so that's probably why our satellites are broken right now. So we went through all that trouble of doing satellites, and I really enjoy the satellites as well. For nothing. It's basically going to serve no immediate purpose for us whatsoever. And that's fine, you know. That's we're winging it at this point, and winging it is about the best we can ask for the most part. So let's go ahead and dock this thing. You can see the frames. I mean, they're really tangible right now, and I apologize. Also, notice I'm at kind of a 45-degree deviation here because I realized I didn't put enough space in between the sections of landers, and so if I don't do that, then the engines from one will bump into the parachutes of the next. So yeah, that's why I'm at a 45-degree off kilter, off balance. I can't think of the word I want to use for it right now, but you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, so here we are. We're coming in for final approach once again, and we're about aligned on one axis. Let's see if you can get a sense of the amount of input lag I've been dealing with here. It is pretty ridiculous. I've managed to dock everything so far, but yeah, we're definitely going to, as much as I like mothershipping and everything else, we're going to have to rethink the actual design philosophy about how we pull it off and what all we attach to our space stations and things like that. So, not necessarily a bad thing, especially since here on out we're going interplanetary. I've given serious thought to like restarting and just being like, hey, you know what, I'm going to do career mode now, but I really don't. I'm already so far into this particular play session, and now it's basically just, hey, let's experiment with the new mechanics they added and that kind of a deal as they come, and that'll be real fun. So, and of course, as soon as I started doing these videos, they seem to be updating a lot more frequently. So, not a bad thing, not a bad thing at all. However, it is making it kind of difficult to be like, oh yeah, no. So this is one contiguous playthrough of version blah blah blah, and it's like, well, not exactly, but that just tends to happen anytime you play an early release or early access game. So, and even with Elite Dangerous, it is out, it is officially out. It's a very clean and well-running game. However, there are a lot of promised and fun features that are planned that are not released yet, and they will be released via expansion pack. However, I believe there are some ships that will be coming out soon that are not part of a quote-unquote expansion pack that you will actually have to purchase. And it's not DLC because it doesn't exist yet. But, you know, I don't mind so much. For a pseudo-MMO, kind of Diablo-esque model of MMO-ery, where the MMO section is very much so optional, and then you can get people to join, or you can just go to an open game, that appeals to me on a great deal, because you know, Trolls kind of ruin games for me, and non-Elite Dangerous, it's optional, and that's kind of nice. However, you know, there might come a time where I'm like, you know what, I want to see how I stack up against other players, so why not join up a like wide open game and just be like, you know, I'm gonna mine, I'm gonna keep 10 tons of platinum in my cargo at all times and see who shows up. That too could be a little fun. I'm looking forward to the baiting game in Dangerous, but that is not the game we're playing right now. That's videos for another time, and then we will discuss that later. There will almost certainly be videos though. However, you can bet your sweet bippy on that one. All right, we're going to push forward a little bit. God, this, yeah, you can see my prograde marker on the dock alignment screen kind of jumping every now and then because it's just that bad. It's seriously, this is maybe a little much. It could also be the way I design the ships, because I do like to just throw all kinds of goofy shit on there. And goofy shit has a bad history of like screwing up shit in general. So, yeah, you know. And let's go ahead and we're going to push it up just a little bit. Alright, I hit the button now. And there's a delay. It's about a half-second delay. That's not too terribly bad. It's better than it has been sometimes, because it will get, the inputs will get all queued up, and then all of a sudden I'll get like 3 or 4 inputs going that I pressed seconds ago, and it's like, okay, no, it's cool. So yeah, everything has to be very slow, gradual, and intentional whenever I do it at this point. Otherwise, we will have huge problems. However, this is our last dock that we need to accomplish, and after this, we're going to slowly start shedding pieces as we send off these landers and science units, and that will make things substantially easier. Not to mention, the cruiser itself is going to go on a ride, so this will be the last we have to really suffer through this level of, you know, lag, indignation. So I'm definitely kind of debating at this point whether or not I want to go ahead and just start launching landers at this point and then do the cruiser later for ease of access of our space station. That would be not too terribly bad. So let's go ahead and pull in here. We're very nearly there. Okay. Whoop. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. And, oh, almost there. Come on. Last dock. And, yes, it's going to make it. We're going to be okay. Hey, I should probably fix my prograde marker. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've definitely been looking at the Interstellar mod for Kerbal Space Program, because it's got a lot of the extra stuff that I want to be doing, like mining, or not necessarily asteroid mining, but just setting up stations that are gathering resources, that kind of a deal. I like that. That's kind of an interesting thing I am looking into actually, you know, applying myself to, downloading, and all of that other fun. There we go. We've got a nice angle matchup here. As you can see, I've already done it over here, so now we're just matching up the last two over there. Boom. Oh, look at that compression. Nice and squishy. Alright. We are done. Alright, everything is docked up. Now the big debate. Let's go ahead and... I want to kind of get rid of this if I could. Yeah, there we go. We'll leave that out for now. That's not going to really help us anymore for the time being. We've got lander mothership probe over there that we could probably crash into the surface at any point. What upsets me is, you know, I did this ages ago, and I guess I stopped really well because it's still really close by, even though it's drifting. And yet, forgot the ding-dangity pipes has drifted just exponentially. What is this? Yeah, there it is. It's okay, so that is 33 kilometers. That's the one I just brought, so that's only 24 kilometers, and that's 579. That's not too bad. But forgot the ding-dangity pipes was just basically resting right about here because it had no dock. And I was like, for a second I thought there was a graphical glitch because the docking interface popped up and everything, and I was like, oh hey, maybe I can dock. And I attempted to dock and it bounced off the station, and I was like, well, okay, so it really isn't there. I'm sad. I never wanted a glitch to happen more. Let's see, I'm making sure I'm topped off on all my fuel here. It appears we use some RCS at some point. And let's go ahead and fill that up. We've got so much RCS. Let's go ahead and, there we go, monopropellant. And monopropellant. Okay. Probably don't need this, but let's go ahead and do it anyways. Just to be safe, just for our own peace of mind, or mine specifically, etc. And you know what? That's way more like obsessive than I need to be about the whole deal. All right, cool. We're basically ready to go on this thing. Let's go ahead and we are going to undock. Let's go undock. Okay, who are we attached to at the moment? I believe. Yeah, no, this is this ship. We've got control here. So we are able to go ahead and, let's go ahead and turn on RCS and SAS. And that's going to allow us to disengage from the dock here. And then we want to translate up. That's going to be pretty okay. Not too bad. And very nice and easy. Yeah, so we're going to continue to drift away here. Come drift away, come drift away, come drift away with me. Let's see, can I click on this guy? Yeah, this is Roddick Kerman. He is our brave adventurer. Basically riding this thing with just a saddle and nothing else to protect him from the void of space, and a whole bunch of equipment that does not work anymore. So all of his other functions are extraordinarily limited at this point. However, he can make transmissions and do all that other fun stuff, and so we should be fine. Let's go ahead and do... Can I do a crew report? I cannot do a crew report from the seat, can I? Oh, that's lovely. I should have thought of that. That's my own bad. That's okay. EVA reports are worth more. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Space high over Minmus. Alright, we are technically high over Minmus, so that means we do need to get closer. Let's go ahead and we need to orbit. And whatever we are targeted on needs to be untargeted. But let's go ahead and double check that really quick and see what that is. Minmus Station is not my target. Where is my target? What is my target? I don't know. This is, yeah. I think if I double click in empty space, it should clear it though. Let's go ahead and... No target. There we go. Alright, so we don't have to worry about that confusing our current setup. Let's go ahead and we are going to cruise around. We no longer need RCS, so I'm going to turn it off. And we're going to get rid of this, or get away from this station as quickly as possible so that we can actually function. So's the plan. Alright, I'm going to turn. Not necessarily exactly what I wanted to do, but now I'm kind of dealing with it. Alright. And once again, sorry for the pixels there. Otherwise this game would just it would be unbearable in a totally different facet, and one that aggravates me personally, seeing as how I am actually playing the game. So, you know, sucks to your ass, Mar, and all of that. Console peasantry. I don't know what else could I possibly say, but I don't mind bad graphics as long as I can actually input things. So let's see. My EVA propellant is startlingly low, which is cool. Whatever, doesn't matter. Hey, you know what? I can actually. No, I can't. I'll just get the space high over Minmus again. I was like, hey, I could get all of the biome information from my crew reports from that, but that's not really the case. That's okay. I think crew reports don't actually give you any new information per biome like this will, so, or EVA reports will in general, so that's not too bad. I think we will be fine on that front. Alright, we are lined up. I'm going to go ahead and turn on a retrograde. We're going to go to the map, and we are going to get dangerously close to the planet. So's the plan. Let's see. There we go. Thrusters up. Let's make sure we're not going to run into the space station. That would be embarrassing. Oh, hey, you know what? Our engines aren't actually active. So let's go ahead and turn those on. Oh my goodness, the frames. I can't handle it. Activate engine. There we go. Let's watch this for a second to make sure, make absolutely sure we are not crashing into anything. Look at it though, isn't that handsome? We moved all of that up here into space over many, many episodes and many, many events. Quite the accomplishment, if I do say so myself. I feel proud of it, at least, regardless of our current actual computer hardware state, which is questionable at best. And I've also managed to, in between this video and the last video, screw up my joystick. Let me think, what else? There's all kinds of shenanigans that happen that I was like, well, on the one hand, I wish I had recorded this so I could get that sweet, sweet, incompetent gamer viewer count. And but on the other hand, I'm glad I didn't show this because it was really just very frustrating and technical difficulty-ish kind of stuff. And it was like, whatever, this is stupid. Alright, here we go. We are going to get to about 25 kilometers and then stop. 625. Cool deal. Alright, input lag is going to give us an extra 4 kilometers, but whatever. Alright, let's go ahead and get away from this frickin' station that is causing us many problems. Many, many, many problems. I believe, yep, there we go. Minmus Station pulling away from us right there. Alright, and we'll probably leave this ship parked because it's going to have plenty of fuel, but we'll leave it parked in a lower orbit just so it'll relieve some of the stress of having that stuff all over the damn place. Okay. Still going fairly quickly here. Let's see, we should see a real shift in our frame rate here any second now. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we are separated from the station, and we now have frames. A good, I don't know if it's 60 frames a second. I really need to jump on the 60 frame per second YouTube bandwagon. I just am lazy, and I already hate my video editing software at current. So I haven't really tried risking it, especially since I've been cutting it kind of close with the air times lately. So, you know, I'm just bad. That's all there is to it. Alright, let's go ahead and stop. Okay. And what we want to do here... Okay. It's turning towards retrograde. I need to remember to turn that off whenever I'm coming out of hyperspace, warp drive, etc. Okay. And there we go. A little human intervention helped that run a little bit more smoothly than it would like to. Okay, so we're at 21,447. We're going to get close to that. And that'll keep us out of range of mountains or anything. I realize now that it was Gilly. Gilly is the moon where you want to watch out for the actual possibility of mountains. Because in order to have any speed whatsoever, you need a really, really low orbit on Gilly. Because it's freaking tiny. And because of that, you actually stand a chance of running into stuff while you're just sort of cruising around, being like, hey, this looks cool. Not that cool in reality. Hey, you know what? I don't even have a mapping satellite on this thing, so that works. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to do a couple EVA reports here. we're going to see this happen. Minmus' Highlands. Keep data. Oh, wait. Hold on. Review report. We're going to send that back home. That's 32 science in our pocket. One small step for Kerbin. One giant leap for Kerbal kind. Alright. We are fairly close here. I'm going to zoom around a little bit. Let's see if we can't find some of these fabled biomes. I think probably a good number of them are actually for the other planets, which don't have a whole lot of biomes to pick from. From Minmus's Midlands, transmit data, fantastic. Okay. Our electric charge is doing just dandy. And let's see, what do we got here? EVA report, reset experiment. We're going to wait until we see some significantly different terrain. Like, here we go. Here's some slopes. I know slopes is a biome. Okay. EVA report. Minmus's slopes. Oh, we have already done Minmus's slopes. Well, what do you know? Fine. Be that way. Okay. I know Minmus doesn't have a whole lot of variety whenever it comes to terrain. Greater flats. Okay. Transmit data. That's exactly the kind of thing I was looking for. Okay. And there we go. This isn't part of that, is it? EVA report, greater flats. We're going to reset experiment. I should be taking notes, maybe. That might be a good idea. We got highlands, lowlands, greater flats, and slopes. Let's see, which kind of flat are you? Let's go ahead and EVA report. Minmus's slopes, reset experiment. Come on. Come on. EVA report. Minmus's flats. These are normal flats. We're going to transmit data. And this looks pretty significant. It's like a very large mesa-y thing. I don't know if we're actually going to pass over it, though, or not. And what do we got here? EVA report. Minmus's lowlands. Okay, cool. So we got lowlands, highlands, greater flats, lesser flats, and slopes. Let's see. Let's go to map view. Are we coming up on anything? Yeah, there's another section of flats over here I want to grab really quick, and then we'll swap around and go to the poles, and then that'll be pretty much it for that. And then we can start picking out, okay, where do we want to land? Where do we want to attempt to land? Obviously, flats are going to be an easy choice. So we're going to probably do that first, and that'll get us... We've got 2 so far. I'm going to guess that there's probably a 3rd type of flat, and then after that, the next easiest, I would assume, are going to be the poles, so we might try to do that as well. Either way, this has been Cardboard Decoy playing Kerbal Space Program. If you've enjoyed, please do like, comment, and subscribe, and then I will see you next time. Have fun.